Have you ever wondered what happens when a soap opera finally pushes a kid too far? I'm not talking about a teenage rebellion or some school drama. I'm talking about a moment that changes a person's soul forever. That's exactly what we're looking at right now with Rocco Falconeri on General Hospital. It's a shocker, right? Ross Cullum might be on his way out, but for Rocco, the real nightmare is just getting started. Honestly, can you even imagine being in his shoes? One minute you're a kid worried about basketball and homework, and the next you're standing on a pier with a smoking gun. It's heavy. It's really heavy. And if you think this is just another plot point that will be forgotten by next month, you haven't been paying attention to the clues the writers are dropping. Well, think about it. Why did Rocco do it? Was it just a reflex? I don't think so. If you look at the sources, Rocco didn't just stumble onto that pier. He followed Britt Westbourne because he's been listening. That's the thing about kids in Port Charles. They hear everything. He heard Cullum and Jen Sidwell threatening Britt. He heard about the cold fusion project and how they were using her Huntington's disease meds to blackmail her. And then he saw it. He saw Cullum smash those medicine vials. Can you imagine the rage that would spark in a kid? That medicine was Britt's only hope, and he saw a monster just grind it into the pavement. When he saw Cullum standing over Jason Morgan with an iron rod, ready to finish him off, Rocco didn't see a WSB director. He saw a man who had already killed Britt's future. So he picked up the gun and he fired. He shot Cullum in the back to save Jason and Britt. But the funny thing is, saving a life can sometimes feel like ending your own, especially when you're only 14. Now, let's talk about the fallout. Jason Morgan did what Jason Morgan does. He took the fall. He's currently being whisked away by the WSB in what Alexis Davis is calling a federally authorized kidnapping. But why did Jason do it? I mean, we know he's loyal, but this is different. Jason knows that if the truth comes out, Rocco is headed straight for Steinmauer. Remember, the kid hasn't even finished his community service for breaking into Professor Dalton's lab yet. He's already on thin ice with the law. Jason sees Rocco as a brother to his own son, Danny. By pleading guilty, Jason is trying to buy Rocco a life. But here's my opinion. Is that actually helping? By letting Rocco get away with it, is Jason just teaching him that there are no consequences for violence? Or is he protecting a child from a system that would chew him up and spit him out? It's a classic Port Charles moral gray area, and it's fascinating to watch. The psychological toll on Rocco is where this story gets really deep. We have to look at what Finn Carr, the actor who plays Rocco, said in his recent interviews. He described Rocco's life as one long panic attack. That is such a powerful way to put it. Think about the stress of carrying a secret that could destroy your entire family. Every time someone mentions a shooting, Rocco's heart must skip a beat. And then there was that scene with the pillow. If you haven't heard the behind-the-scenes story, you need to. Executive producer Frank Valentini wanted more physical frustration in the scene, so he told Finn to throw a pillow. Finn missed his target and accidentally smashed a vase on set. They kept it in the show. To me, that vase is a perfect metaphor for Rocco's life right now. He's trying to vent his frustration in a safe way, but he's accidentally breaking everything around him. He's a kid who is literally vibrating with guilt and fear. And then there is the runaway situation. Rocco is officially on the run with Britt Westbourne. They've got fake passports, and Rocco is using the name Tyler Anderson. I mean, the kid is hightailing it out of town with a dying woman. Why did he choose Britt? This is the part that really gets me. His parents, Dante and Lulu, love him to death, but they were busy spinning lies to protect him. Britt was the only adult who told him the truth. She didn't treat him like fragile luggage. She treated him like a person. So, when it came time to run, he didn't run to his cop father or his protective mother. He ran to the woman who brought him into the world as a surrogate. He told her he wanted to be there for her at the end of her life because she was there for the beginning of his. That is some heavy, beautiful, and tragic stuff right there. It makes me wonder, did Lulu and Dante accidentally push him away by trying too hard to keep him safe? But let's look at the legal side of this nightmare. Dante Falconeri is a cop. He's the PCPD commissioner's son. And yet, he is covering up evidence for his own kid. He's collecting puzzle pieces, but he's also hiding them. How long can a man like Dante live with that? Every time he puts on that badge, he's a walking contradiction. He's a hero who is protecting a shooter. This shift in Dante's character is huge. He's choosing the Corinthos way over the falconary way. He's putting family above the law. I agree with the writers for taking him there, but man, the landing is going to be rough. And the truth is already leaking out. Elizabeth Baldwin is the one to watch here. She bandaged Jason's hand, and she bandaged Rocco's hand on the same night. She saw the mangled injury Jason had and the kitchen cut Rocco supposedly had. She's a nurse. She knows when a story doesn't add up. She's already starting to have horrible suspicions. If she tells Dante what she thinks, the whole house of cards falls down. Now, let's get into this shock twist that the spoilers are screaming about. Ross Cullum survived the shooting, but he's not long for this world. He's been backed into a deadly position. This is setting us up for a massive whodunit murder mystery. And honestly, I think everyone in Port Charles has a motive. Let's look at the suspects. You've got Sonny Corinthos. If Sonny finds out Rocco was the shooter, he will eliminate Cullum faster than you can say coffee business. Sonny doesn't let threats to his grandkids breathe. Then you've got Lucas Jones. Lucas is shattered because Marco died. He's a doctor who had to save the life of the man who stabbed his partner. Can you imagine the internal conflict there? Maybe he decides that his medical oath doesn't apply to monsters. Then there is Ethan Lovett. He's got a new assignment. Is he looking for Rocco, or is he the one hired to take Cullum out? And don't forget Jack Brennan. Nina didn't give him his second injection, which might have given him the opening he needs to strike. The tension is just building and building. While Rocco is hiding out as Tyler Anderson, Jen Sidwell is closing in. Sidwell is in his vengeance era. He lost his son, Marco. He lost his ex-wife, Natalia. He is a man with absolutely nothing left to lose, and those are the most dangerous people in the world. He's already asking if Sonny is responsible for Marco's death. If he finds out a 14-year-old kid was involved in the mess that led to his son's stabbing, Rocco is in serious trouble. Sidwell doesn't care about innocence. He cares about blood. So, while Rocco thinks he's safe because he sent that video message to his mom with the "not all who wander are lost" code, he's actually in a pressure cooker. He's in a foreign city or a hiding spot with a woman who is getting sicker by the day, while a professional killer is hunting them down. Does that sound like a nightmare to you? Because it sounds like a horror movie to me. The emotional weight of watching Britt decline from Huntington's while they are in hiding is going to break Rocco. Britt even made him promise to contact his parents after she dies. She is literally planning for her own death while trying to keep him safe. It's so tragic. And back home, Lulu is spiraling. She realizes she drove her son right into Britt's arms. She was so focused on protecting him that she forgot to actually talk to him. The irony is just painful. Now she's left with a video message and a secret code, hoping her son doesn't end up in a body bag or a prison cell. So, here's the big question for all of you. Do you think Rocco is ever going to be the same after this? I mean, even if he comes home, how do you go back to being a normal teenager after shooting a man and living as a fugitive? And who do you think is going to be the one to finally finish off Cullum? My money is on a group effort, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ethan Lovett does the dirty work. This storyline is a masterclass in how to take a young character and give them real, adult stakes. It's messy, it's dark, and it's exactly why we can't stop watching. Let's dive a little deeper into the psychology of this shooter's secret. Why is everyone so desperate to keep Rocco's name out of it? It's because they see him as the future. In Port Charles, the adults are all compromised. Sonny is a mobster. Jason is a hitman. Dante is a cop who bends the rules. They all look at Rocco and see a chance for something better. But by covering for him, they are effectively pulling him into their world. They are making him one of them. This is the real tragedy. Rocco didn't want to be a shooter. He didn't want to be a criminal. He was forced into it by Cullum's evil and the adult's inability to handle the situation. Now, he's a Tyler Anderson in a world that doesn't care about his real name. He's losing his identity before he even had a chance to fully form it. And what about Charlotte and Danny? They are playing junior spies at Wyndemere, totally unaware of how close they are to the fire. Rocco tried to warn them, He threw that pillow because he was terrified they would get hurt. He couldn't tell them the truth, so he just looked like he was having a bratty meltdown. That's the problem with secrets. They make you look like the bad guy to the people you're trying to save. Now, Cullum has caught them. The very people Rocco shot Cullum to protect are now back in the lion's den. It's like a Greek tragedy where every move you make to avoid fate just brings you closer to it. I honestly feel for Lulu right now. She's trying to hold it together, but her son is essentially a ghost. She taught him that code. Not all who wander are lost. As a way to stay connected, a legacy from Luke and Laura. It's a beautiful sentiment, but in this context, it feels like a goodbye. It feels like Rocco is accepting that he is a wanderer now. He's stepping into the Spencer legacy of being an outlaw. Is that what Lulu wanted? Of course not, but it's what she got. And as the truth about the hand injuries starts to surface, Lulu and Dante are going to have to face a reckoning. If the PCPD finds out their own commissioner's son is a shooter and they covered it up, it's not just Rocco going to jail. It's Dante, too. The stakes couldn't be higher. Can we also talk about Jens Sidwell for a minute? This guy is chilling. He's sitting in Wyndemere, refusing to open his son's autopsy report because he can't handle the reality. But he's also smart. He knows there's a gap in Lucas's timeline. He's putting the pieces together. If he figures out that Marco died because of a plan involving Britt and Jason, and that Rocco was the one who shot the man who stabbed Marco, well, the circle of violence just keeps turning. Sidwell is a man who operates on eye for an eye logic. If he feels like his son's life was traded for Rocco's freedom, he's going to want to trade back. That makes Rocco's nightmare a very physical, very immediate threat. I'm also keeping a very close eye on Elizabeth. She's always been the moral center in many ways, but she's also a mother. She knows that if she speaks up, she destroys a family. But if she stays quiet, she lets a killer, even a teenage one, go free and lets an innocent man like Jason stay in a WSB black site. What would you do? Would you protect your friend's son? Or would you do what's right for the law? It's a gut-wrenching choice. And the fact that she's sharing more scenes with Dante lately suggests that the writers are setting up a massive moment of truth between them. I can almost hear the conversation. Dante, I saw his hand. I saw Jason's hand. They weren't kitchen cuts. That moment is going to be electric. So, as we look toward the next few weeks, the countdown to Cullum's death is on. The spoilers say he's not long for this world, and I, for one, am ready to see him go. He's been a fantastic villain, the kind you love to hate, but his death is the only thing that can launch the next phase of the story. Once he's dead, the question shifts from will he talk to who killed him? And that's when the real fun begins. Will Rocco be a suspect? Will Dante? Will Sonny? The suspect list is basically the entire cast list at this point. The most interesting thing about this whole nightmare is how it's transforming Rocco. He's not the same kid he was 6 months ago. He's seen the dark side of Port Charles, and he's realized that the good guys aren't always good. His father is a liar. His hero, Jason, is a fugitive. His protector, Britt, is dying. That is a lot for a 14-year-old brain to process. It's no wonder he's spiraling. It's no wonder he's throwing pillows and smashing vases. He's trying to break out of a world that has trapped him in a lie. What do you guys think? Is there any way for Rocco to have a happy ending here? Or is he destined to become another tragic Spencer figure, forever running from the things he's done? And what about Britt? Do you think she'll make it through this runaway saga? Or is this her final act? I have so many questions, and I know you do too. This storyline is hitting all the right notes for me right now. It's emotional, it's high stakes, and it's keeping us all on the edge of our seats. The way the show is handling the transition of Britt into a real parent figure for Rocco is also something we need to discuss. It's such a clever twist. For years, the surrogate storyline was just a piece of trivia. Now, it's the emotional core of the show. Britt is giving Rocco the one thing he needs most: honesty. She isn't trying to manage him. She isn't trying to fix him. She's just being with him. And in a town like Port Charles, where everyone is always working an angle, that kind of raw honesty is rare. It's why Rocco trusts her more than his own parents right now. He feels safe with her because she doesn't hide the truth, even when the truth is that she's dying. But let's be real. How long can they stay on the run? The WSB has resources. Sidwell has resources. Dante is a detective. They're going to find them. And when they do, the explosion is going to be massive. I can see the finale of this arc now. A standoff where the truth finally comes out, and Rocco has to decide if he's going to keep running or face the consequences of that night on the pier. It's going to be a tearjerker. I can already tell. I agree with those who say that Finncar is doing phenomenal work. You can see the weight of the world in his eyes. He's playing the one long panic attack perfectly. And the fact that he stayed in character when the vase broke shows how much he's invested in this role. We are watching a young actor really come into his own with some of the heaviest material the show has offered in years. So, stay tuned. The next few weeks are going to be a wild ride. We've got a murder mystery on the horizon, a runaway teen on the edge, a terminal illness, and a cop father who is breaking every rule in the book. If you're a General Hospital fan, this is the era we've been waiting for. It's messy, it's dramatic, and it's pure soap opera gold. I want to hear your theories. Who pulls the final trigger on Cullum? Does Rocco end up in Steinmauer? And how does Jason Morgan get out of this one? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love seeing how your theories stack up against the spoilers. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Rocco's nightmare, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We are covering every twist and turn of this General Hospital saga every single day. Don't miss out on the next update. The funny thing about Port Charles is that nothing ever stays buried for long. Not secrets, not crimes, and certainly not shooters. Rocco might be Tyler Anderson today, but the shadow of Rocco Falconeri is right behind him. And that shadow is getting longer every day. It's a countdown, folks. A countdown to the moment the nightmare becomes reality. Think about the irony of the "not all who wander are lost" quote. Lulu meant it to comfort him, to tell him it's okay to be away. But in the Spencer family history, wandering usually leads to some pretty dark places. Look at Luke. Look at Lucky. Wandering is in their blood, but it always comes with a price. Rocco is paying that price right now. He's wandering away from his life, but he's carrying the heaviest luggage you can imagine, a guilty conscience. I also wonder about the impact on Danny and Charlotte. They are his best friends, they are his family, and they are currently being used as pawns by the very man Rocco shot. If Cullum hurts them, how will Rocco react? Will he come back to finish the job? That would be the ultimate nightmare, Rocco being forced to become a killer again to save his friends. I really hope the writers don't go that dark, but this is General Hospital. Anything is possible. So, what's your final take? Is Rocco a hero or a victim? Or is he both? It's a tough one, right? That's what makes good TV. It makes you think. It makes you feel. And most importantly, it makes you come back for more. Don't forget to like,